Hey there guys, what's up? It's Autobot18 here with another video. This is going to be a different kind of video, guys. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. I used to do this type of video back when I first started my channel, and I haven't done one in a very long time. But this is going to be a movie collection video, and in case you guys didn't know what I normally do in my movie collections videos, I usually talk about the bunch of movies that are in this collection. So yes, guys, as you can tell by what is on the top of the package, and obviously by the title of the video, I am going to show you in this video my entire X-Men collection on DVD. I have all of the first 5 X-Men movies on DVD, and the reason why I'm doing this is obvious, guys. If you guys didn't know already, which you should know, the newest X-Men film, X-Men Days of Future Past, just hit theaters last Friday, and I'm actually sorry, guys. I wanted to get this video up before Days of Future Past came out. I wanted to do it early last week, but I couldn't because Survivor, it was the finale last week, so I covered that, and I didn't get a chance to do this, and I do apologize for that. I'm getting this video up late, but I have already seen Days of Future Past. You guys already know my thoughts on it if you've seen my movie review of it. If you haven't seen my movie review of Days of Future Past, check it out. It's on my channel, and I also have a spoiler-filled review if you guys would like to check that video out as well. That's where I talk in depth about the spoilers of the movie. But as of right now, I'm going to be talking about all of the original X-Men movies, the first 3 in the trilogy, X-Men Origins Wolverine and X-Men First Class. Yes, the only X-Men film that I do not own, apart from Days of Future Past yet, is X-Men the Wolverine, which just came out. I would have gotten that on Blu-ray though, because I'm not collecting DVDs anymore. I bought all these when I was collecting DVDs, I just haven't gotten a chance to buy the Wolverine yet. I liked the Wolverine, wasn't a huge fan of it. It was okay. But it was arguably better than Origins and X-Men 3. But anyway, regardless of that, let's get into my collection. Now, I don't own them all on Blu-ray, so if you guys were watching my entire Blu-ray collection video, which I uploaded back in February, you guys are probably wondering, where's your X-Men movies? Where's your Spider-Man movies? Well, as for the X-Men movies, I don't own them on Blu-ray yet. I may buy them in the future. See, I've been collecting DVDs since roughly 2003. I want to say 2004, around that time. Yeah, it was around 2004. And obviously Blu-rays weren't out yet, so I was obviously collecting DVDs, and I've been collecting DVDs since 2011. From 2004 to 2011, I've been collecting DVDs, so that's why I have a whole large DVD collection that I haven't showed you guys yet, and the X-Men films are part of that collection. But nevertheless, I'm not only going to talk about I'm not only going to show you each film and the contents of each release, but I'm going to talk a little bit about each movie. Yeah, so let's get to it, guys. First off, my favorite of the series, as you guys can tell, if you watch my Days of Future Past review, you guys know that Days of Future Past is my favorite X-Men movie, without a doubt. It was just perfect. A perfect X-Men movie, in my opinion. Cast, directing, the writing was genius, and what really won me over with X-Men Days of Future Past was the editing. Best edited X-Men movie, in my opinion. Fast-paced, awesomely edited, in my opinion. So getting into, here's the trilogy. I have the trilogy. I think I bought this back in 2009 at Walmart for a pretty cheap price. Has the first 3 X-Men movies, which I'll talk more about in a second. X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was okay. I liked Origins Wolverine, not loved. I admit this movie has flaws. A couple flaws in the writing. A few things are just what the F moments in this movie. There's a couple of those in here. But it's okay. It's not great, but it's decent. And then First Class was my favorite X-Men movie until until Days of Future Past came out, and I saw that. But right off the bat, the X-Men movies have never been my favorite. I did watch a little bit of the TV show growing up when I was a kid. Like, I watched, like, the reruns, like, on TV or on DVD or something. I've always been a huge Wolverine fan, but I never really knew a lot about, like, the other X-Men, like Magneto or Professor X. Like, I never knew a lot. I only cared about Wolverine, really, when I was a kid. Then I started watching the movies, and then I I grew a deeper appreciation for the other X-Men characters, obviously. So let's take a look at the trilogy first. This is a very nice box set, in my opinion, for a DVD. I love the front of the cover. You got Magneto, Mystique, Lady Deathstrike, and Jean Grey on the bottom. Then you have Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, and Professor X on top. And you have all 3 X-Men movies: X-Men, X2, X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand. Obviously, my favorite is X-Men United. And there's the back. I'm going to go through this quick. There's the bottom. Wow, I did not know X-Men The Last Stand was that short. Wow. Anyway, you take them out, then they're individual DVDs. Here's X-Men. Here's X2, X-Men United. And here's X-Men The Last Stand. Now, real quickly, I'm going to breeze over these 2 movies, and here's the truth. I have only seen X-Men once, and I've only seen X2, X-Men United once. And here's the thing. I watched both of these when I was very young, and I haven't seen them since. I know. I have since bought this collection on DVD back in 2009. It was like around that time. And I still haven't watched these 2 movies again on DVD. I saw them once, and here's the thing with the first X-Men. I don't even remember it. I barely remember anything from this movie. I think I caught a glimpse of it another time on TV. But I had to watch this thing when I was like 5 years old. Very young. So I barely remember this, and this I remember a lot more of. I remember seeing Nightcrawler and enjoying that. I remember the scene where Stryker comes to the X-Men, the school, and all of his men show up, and they break the kids out of the school. That's all I remember about X-Men 2. I know, it's sad, guys, but I barely remember both of these. I need to watch both of them again. I wanted to watch both of them again before Days of Future Past, but I didn't get a chance to. But I barely remember these, and I know these 2 are 2 of the best. But I need to rewatch them. I remember another scene where they went to whose house was it? I think Iceman's house, and I think the military showed up, and Pyro was there. Oh wow, that's sad. I don't remember these. Now this one I do remember watching Last Stand though. I think right around when it came out. Maybe a little after that, I watched it at home with my parents and my brother, you know, or no, not my parents, just I think me and my brother just watched it, and I remember enjoying it, and then I think I watched it like a second time somewhere else, maybe on FX or something, I don't know, and I'm just like, this isn't that great, and it's okay, it's got its cool moments in it, there are some very underused characters in here, like Angel. I don't know what Angel was doing. I think he was extremely underused. I don't even know why he was put in the movie, to be honest. It was cool to see Beast for the first time. And then you had a few villains like Juggernaut they were just shoehorned into it, and Brett Ratner kind of just made a mess of X-Men The Last Stand. And there were major character deaths in this movie that really upset me, and I know it upset a lot of you guys too. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen the movie yet, but yeah, it was a mess. X-Men The Last Stand was just messy. I think had they improved the writing, had they not did some of the things they had done with the movie, it would have been a lot better. The action scenes were cool, from what I remember, though. I'm trying to remember what else I liked about this movie. Not too many great things. It's basically just the writing and how they wrote certain characters and what they did to certain characters. That's kind of what upset, I know, most of the fans, and that's kind of what upset me a little bit. I just remember X-Men 2 being a lot better than this, and X-Men 1, I just don't even remember it. I know that is extremely sad, but what are you going to do? I can't help it. I will watch them all again, because I love Days of Future Past so much. I'm going to watch X-Men 1 and 2 again, though. I will. So that's the Trilogy box set, which I think is really cool. Then here's Origins, which was, it was alright. Since I've always been a fan of Wolverine, I liked Origins, and I thought the whole scene where they gave him his adamantium was pretty cool. However, I think that the final fight, I know a lot of people were upset with Deadpool. I think that was I think Deadpool was what really ruined the movie for a lot of people, especially fans of the comics. So yeah. Sorry I didn't open these DVDs up. I just really wanted to save time. I'm trying to remember. I remember watching this in the theaters, though. This was the first X-Men movie I saw in the theaters, and I don't really remember it. And I've seen it so many times. It's just not that memorable, in my opinion. It was just okay. Characters, the acting, it's just alright. I thought the beginning was kind of cool, all the scenes with him and all the wars. But if you watch the new CinemaSins video, he sinned Origins Wolverine. Well, this movie sinned a lot, and you could tell how many mistakes there were in this movie, how many problems there were in it. Like Taylor Kitsch, I've never been a huge fan of him. Him as Gambit, I don't know. It was just and just the whole plot just wasn't, I guess, that exciting. Not really. But I remember going to the theater with it to see it with my brother and I think my mom took us when we were young. I was like, I don't know, probably 11, 12, maybe older than that. I remember liking it. My brother loved it, and I think my mom liked it too for some reason. I don't know. But Origins was okay. And then the one that I remember the most, X-Men First Class. I loved this when I first saw it. And I had seen First Class, and you know, I had seen Origins and Last Stand, but I still hadn't watched the first two X-Men. I know it's sad, and I wasn't that psyched for First Class, you know, because I was like, oh, I'm not a huge fan of the X-Men movies. They're all okay, but I saw First Class and I was blown away by it. You know, the plot, the connection with the Cuban Missile Crisis, and everything. The cast was great. There were some really cool action scenes in it. Kevin Bacon and Sebastian Shaw was great. What I really loved was James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, who were both really good in Days of Future Past. They were so good in this. And I know there's a few continuity errors and a few inconsistencies with the other X-Men films with this and with the comics or whatever, but I think Days of Future Past corrected all those wrongs or whatever. But I loved X-Men First Class. This is my second... Excuse me, guys. Bless me. But yeah, this is my second favorite X-Men movie behind Days of Future Past, and I believe my next favorite... Oh, excuse me, guys. I am so sorry. I hate allergies, okay? It is the end of... Oh, 3 in a row. My goodness. I am sorry, guys. I have to go, like, blow my nose. I'm almost done. But yeah, my first favorite is Days of Future Past. My second favorite is First Class. My third favorite is X2. I hope I'm not going to do it again. Sorry about that, guys. I need, like, allergy medication. I hate the end of May. It kills me. Oh, it's brutal. And even though I don't own it on Blu-ray yet, because I will buy it on Blu-ray, not DVD, X-Men, the Wolverine, you guys know my thoughts on it. I already reviewed it. It was okay. Nothing spectacular. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, a lot of people have been praising it. I really don't get the praise. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, but other than that, it was just kind of slow in a few scenes for me. And well, I do think it was a little bit of an improvement over Origins. The thing I like about Origins over the Wolverine is that Origins had a lot more characters and just apart from, like, the real essential character in the Wolverine was Wolverine, and I didn't really know any of the other characters. I didn't even know if they were in the comics because I haven't read the comics. But as for Origins Wolverine, like, Sabretooth was in, I knew Sabretooth, I knew about Gambit from watching the cartoon, one of the cartoons, like, young Cyclops was in it, Stryker, like, I knew a lot more characters in this. That's why probably I found it more understandable, yeah, if that makes sense, a little bit more enjoyable. But overall, the X-Men series, the X-Men film series, isn't my favorite superhero series. It's definitely not as good as the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I'm sorry, I grew up with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, okay? Give me hate, I don't care. I love those movies. It's definitely not as good as the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and in my opinion, while Days of Future Past and First Class were really, really good, they don't touch the Avengers Cinematic Universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Iron Man Avengers, Captain America, blah, blah, blah. Those are just... I'm just a bigger fan of the Avengers universe and the Spider-Man universe as opposed to the X-Men universe. I've always enjoyed the X-Men films. I haven't loved them, but the one I do love is Days of Future Past, and I also really, really like X-Men First Class. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, I own them all on DVD except for the Wolverine, and I might make the jump to Blu-ray in the future, but I haven't done it already because I'm not a huge diehard fan of the X-Men films. I think they're okay. So let me know down below, guys, in the comments what you think of all of the X-Men movies. the first three, Origins and First Class, and even the Wolverine and Days of Future Past. If you've seen them, let me know what you think about all of them down below in the comments. Leave me your thoughts on them. I'd really appreciate that. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate the view, guys. Bye.